Hello, everybody. My name is Deshaun, and today, hello, everybody. This is the Comic Gamer Movie Show. My name is Deshaun, and today I'm going to continue my reviews of certain animes that I've seen. I've already put my review up of Fairy Tail, and soon as Mark gets off his lazy bum and put our top 5 animes up, then you're gonna see the differential we had on there, especially when it came to Fairy Tales. In the next anime I'm going to review, Naruto. Now, I said I was going to review Naruto seasons 1 and 2, but I decided I'm going to just break it down and just do season 1, because I think season 1 was the strongest season. Now, I thought season 2 was pretty good, and I thought season 3 was so-so. I thought it was good enough to watch. Was good enough, but I thought season 1 was the strongest season of Naruto, in my opinion. Now, Naruto to me is a show that I think it's been unrightfully criticized. I think the criticism for Naruto is completely, now a lot of people talk about the fillers, like filler episodes and whatnot. Now I understand people disliking that. I can understand that. Especially for hardcore anime watchers, I can understand why they wouldn't like that, the filler episodes. But I'm like, if you take away the filler episodes and you just break down to the core, like take away the filler episodes, you just break down to the core season, Naruto season 1 to me is one of the best seasons of a show. Actually, of a show. If we did another top 5 like childhood shows, that Naruto season 1 would have been on that second tiered list for me. And I loved Naruto Season 1, and I like Naruto Season 2, but I'm going to review Naruto Season 1, like I said. Now, Naruto is an interesting story because it's about a boy named Naruto. And Naruto, to me, is a great hero, a great character, because he is looked down upon, because he has this demon inside of him. A demon, a nine-tailed fox to be exact, that's so powerful and once almost destroyed an entire village, and his entire home village of the Hidden Leaf. And I'm not gonna spoil it. I was thinking about spoiling it, and the 4th Hokage. The Hokages are sort of the presidents of these nations. There's different kind of Hokages, but the Hokage, let's just put it this way. A long time ago, a Hokage sealed the beast inside Naruto when he was a little baby. And all the villagers know that this demon that killed a lot of people, that this demon that almost destroyed their village, is sealed within Naruto. And all these people look down on him and treat him like dirt. They treat him like shit, like he's nothing. And he struggles so much through this show. That's why I love him as a character in this first season. I like him more than I liked a lot of other characters, because you can see, because this is a show that emphasizes having to work your ass off to get your strength, and it emphasizes it, and you see it through the struggles. You see it. Like, for instance, in the beginning of the first episode, in fact, it was one move that he could not do, which is a shadow clone move. And the shadow clone move is that he can make a copy of himself, a solid copy of himself, exact copies of himself. And he couldn't do it worth a damn. He couldn't do it worth a damn at all. And it's kind of ironic, because the move that he struggled with all his for a long time, trying to become a ninja, because that's the way the military there works, is ninjas and whatnot. Trying to become a ninja, the move that he could not do became his go-to move, a move that he mastered. So I think that this show does a great job at showing people's weaknesses and making it their strengths, or showing how hard they're working to make their strengths. There's a character in this show called Rock Lee, who is sort of kind of like a Bruce Lee ripoff, which is sort of kind of, it's pretty much, it's like Bruce Lee on steroid ripoff. But at the same time, I like Rock Lee because they put so much emphasis on how hard this guy works, because in the world of Naruto, there's different jutsus, the different moves you can do, and there's different kind of power sets you can do with those different kind of moves. And you have this thing called chakra, which is basically the stuff you use to do most of those moves. But there's something called taijutsu, which is just straight up fighting. And Lee, for example, can't do any of those other kind of things, because I don't know if it's ever explained, actually. I haven't looked at Naruto long enough, and I don't know if they actually explain why he can't do any of the other jutsus. But he can't do anything like that. He can just do taijutsu, so that he can just fight hand to hand. But it's so impressive because he works his ass off, and they make sure to show that all the time they show him. And it makes me respect that character even more because he works his ass off. Like, this is a guy who does like 1,000 push-ups a day, 1,000 sit-ups a day, 1,000 kicks a day, 1,000 like he runs like 100 miles a day. Like, this is a guy who is just intensely trying to improve his physical being because he can't do any of the other stuff. So he's just focusing on his physical being, and it pays off because he is so intense. In fact, speaking of Rock Lee, he gave me one of my favorite moments in the show when they're taking this thing called the tuning exam, which is basically sort of kind of it's an exam to graduate you to being a ninja, pretty much like a main branch ninja, one of the ninjas they're gonna send out on your missions and whatnot. And in the course of that, they had to fight in this tournament. And Lee had to fight a guy named Gara. I'll get back to Gara in a little bit. Gara is a very, very scary guy, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. But Lee, in the process of fighting him, looked over to his sensei and said, well, his sensei told him it was okay for him to take something off because apparently he was wearing something like for exercise purposes. He was wearing these what's the word I'm looking for? These weighted pads. So, I guess because, weighted pads, same reason why someone would run with dumbbells, like weighted pads on his legs. And they looked light. It looked like they were nothing. He picked them up like this, and he just like, well, what difference would that make? How's that fight gonna drink? And he dropped them, and they went boom and hit the ground so hard, and you realize how heavy weights he was weighing on his legs. So, in the beginning of the episode, not the beginning of the episode, but when you first see him, you realize how fast he is and then make a big deal about that. But then, right then and there, like, this is why I say Naruto did a great job with this. Right then and there, it made you harken back to what you remember in the beginning, which is he was that fast. And he was that fast with all that weight on his legs. So, immediately, just like everybody else in the room who were watching the fight kind of thought, whoa, holy crap, that's how much weight he had on his legs. So, it kind of made you go, how fast is he then, really? So, Ali is a cool character. Sasuke is a character who gets better with time. At first, I hated him, but he gets better with time. Naruto was an awesome character. I think he's, like, this first season, he's one of my favorite anime characters, really, because of his rocky kind of origins, because he falls down and gets back up. He falls down and gets back up. And that's what I like about the Naruto, is that it's not like is that he does lose, is that he isn't that. He's strong, but he isn't really that strong because he does get his ass kicked. He does have to rely on other people to help him sometimes. Some of these animes, Fairy Tail, they just do it and you don't ever really see them work for. I'm talking about the first season for everybody because like my friend Mark was telling me it gets better, later. I'm like, well, I don't see it getting much better. This is the first season. I'm reviewing the first season. And the first season, they're just winning all the time. And they just wake up and win, wake up and win, and wake up and win. And it's cool about Naruto is the opposite of that, which is why I never really get when some people give so much shit. I mean, yeah, the fillers, I can understand you giving shit. But the actual show and the actual characters in the show, the Naruto is a very interesting show. And very interesting characters. I love Gaara. Gaara is one of the most intimidating characters. Like, just the way he carries himself, the look in his eyes, his whole origin is horrifying. And he has a demon in him, just like Naruto. I mean, there's this one scene that always stuck out to my mind all the time, is where Gaara was about to go and fight in the tournament against Sasuke. And before he got to the end of the tournament, there's these guys who were apparently they're betting on these fights. And they told him they wanted him to lose the fight. Well, and right when they came up and was asking him that, Naruto and another guy who's actually my favorite character of the show, Shikamaru, were coming up the steps, about to go sit in their stands and wait, and then all of a sudden they just see these two guys getting attacked by Gaara, and the guy coming out of the dark scratching on the ground, trying to get away and screaming, and he just drags him back in there, and you just hear him crunching his body. Like, Gaara is on some other shit. Like, I mean, he crunches people, like, cause Gaara has this jutsu that he can control sand, and he carries this big ass thing on his back that has sand in it, and it comes out, and he can control it, and he can do a lot of different things with it, including grind a man's bones up to pretty much dust, and then it goes into the sand. Yeah, there are some interesting, and that's a thing. Like, I'm almost tempted to say something, but I'm not gonna say it. Because then I gotta hear from Seth, and I don't feel like dealing with it. So, here's the thing. Naruto is definitely interesting stuff. I don't see where the hell he got the comparison to fucking Dragon Ball. If anything is compared to Dragon Ball, it's Fairy Tail. But Naruto's definitely got a whole bunch of interesting jutsus. There's a whole bunch of interesting things going on. I dig the whole ninja aspect of the show. And there's so many interesting characters, but my favorite character by far is Shikamaru. Shikamaru is basically my anime spirit. If I was an anime character, I'd probably look a lot like him. A lot of people are going to go, oh, this awesome guy, we can do this, we can do that. No, 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 no. Let's be real. Who would you really be? And that's the dude I'm like, that's who I would really be. He's just so fucking lazy. He's so lazy. He doesn't want to do a damn thing. Everything's a drag. Oh, I don't feel like doing this shit today. I don't feel like doing that today. Why do I gotta do this today? Like, he does not want to do anything. He is the laziest man on the show. Yet, he is also the smartest person, even at the young age of even at a young age. At 13, think about it this way. At 13, he was the smartest. He's pretty much the smartest guy in the village. He's one of the smartest people in the village. So you can only imagine who's going to be the older he gets. I mean, actually, he's so smart that he ends up actually becoming a full-fledged ninja before anyone else. And he lost in the tournament. But he did it, but he lost with such grace, and he lost because he was so fucking lazy. I've never seen that. A guy literally did all that work and just, fuck it, I quit. He literally said, the hell with it, I quit. After pretty much having it in the bag, after coming up with his huge strategy. Because Shikamaru is a strategist. He's a genius. He's a genius like intellect. He's just so lazy, he doesn't really want to do anything with it. And it's like, hell, even when he became a ninja, he was still just like, oh, God, I didn't know being a ninja would have to do this much work. Like, I love that guy. That guy is hilarious. I love this all day. When he does that, he starts thinking of a strategy. I love that. I really do. And there's guys like Neji. Naruto is one of the few shows that I can actually remember most of the cast. I can't remember most of the cast from any other thing. Other than Dragon Ball Z, that is it. That is it. Dragon Ball Z and Naruto are the only two shows I can actually remember the entire cast. And I can name them off and tell you what they can do and tell you what they've done. Because Naruto does a great job, and so does Dragon Ball Z, of making it personal, of making these characters feel more personal, of making you realize more about these characters, so they stick out of your mind even more than some other characters. Because some animes like just throw a whole bunch of, there's a lot of sizzle but no steak, in my opinion. Fairy Tail. But I'm really just doing this to jab at Mark and Seth. But anyways, I'm going to get to my final rating of Naruto Season 1 and end it with a bang. Village got attacked. The third Hokage dies. Spoilers. Naruto actually beats Gaara. So, I mean, that was, and he does it in an epic way. Yeah, I got to give Naruto Season 1 an 8.5. I give it an 8.5. It's not flawless by any stretch of the imagination, but I enjoy it. I really liked it. I really did. And I really enjoyed it. I don't care what anybody has to say about it, because there's a whole bunch of people who hating on this, and I'm just like, I don't get the hate. I still don't understand the hate. It's whatever. I like the show, so I give it an 8.5. Thank you, and see you soon.